Neysha.
Neysha. Okay. Hey guys. Hey, hey, hey. This is Evadne. How are you? How is your day going so far? Happy to be joining you one more time from Newmarket St. Elizabeth page to present another person from our community who is doing very well for herself and for the community. As you join us, please go ahead and share and like so that we know who are the persons who join. If you do not, if you do not do that, Facebook won't know that you like to watch this show, and we also won't know who is here. So I'm just gonna invite you guys as you come in the house. Please go ahead, like and share, and interact with the page. Answer questions, ask questions. Do something. Don't just sit there and look. My name is Evadne. For those of you who don't know me, and I'm the CEO of Ivmac Lily Wellness, Ivmac Lily Teas, and I'm the founder of this New Market St. Elizabeth group. I see some people joining us already. Julia Wilson says good night. Barbara says hello from Florida. Hey, girls. Nico says good night. So as you come in, just leave your comments so that we can see them. Hey, Neysha Stone said Sherry Sherry Campbell. Nice, nice. We love that. So go ahead and share, guys, so we can build up a vibe quickly and get started. So my guest is Neysha. Is that how you say it? Neysha?
It's Neysha. Neysha.
Neysha.
Neysha.
Neysha. Neysha Stone. And as you can see, she's surrounded by flowers because she's a florist. Very beautiful, and she is also CEO of her own business. She is from she also does events. She's an event coordinator, and she's from Painstown originally. You know where Painstown is, just outside of Newmarket when you head in Darlington. That first little area right there is Painstown. That's where she was born. But she now lives in Happy Grove, Cheltenham area. And we're very proud of her and her achievement. Fitzroy Jones, we have eyes on you. He said, hi, cuz, I'm so proud of you. He's in New York. Uh, oh, this is two things coming together. Yvonne and David joining from New York. Fitzroy said, I'm proud of you, girl. Congratulations on your great floral work. It is so amazing. I like that. I like that. Welcome, Neysha.
Good night, Miss Evadne. Thank you for having me. Good night. Good night
I'm
to the viewers and the family members who are already in the chat.
okay. I'm really, really pleased to see everybody jumping on and congratulating you and saying hello. Hi, Colleen. Hi, Juliet. Hi, Marcia Roberts. Monica Jones, sorry. Um, can you just show us that arrangement behind you? Just bring it to the front so we can see what it is, if you're not disturbing you
Okay.
too much.
No, you're really not. It's a lovely bouquet of flowers.
So you did all of that?
Yes, I do a lot of arrangement from day to day.
Oh, that's so wonderful. Where did you learn your craft?
It's a long story. I think it's in the blood. It's a gift from God. I actually didn't do anything floral. Going to
See?
high school, going to college, nothing floral. It's like from I was a child, I knew I loved flowers.
Ah, so you didn't
Mhm.
actually get formal training?
No, no formal training in flowers.
So, girl, you
I
come up
just
in here putting me to shame. I actually did floral arrangement course all the way in Kingston, and I don't make arrangements like you. Like seriously,
I went to school. I studied different stuff.
Yeah.
I was actually in the classroom as a teacher, but I've never gone to learn floral arrangement.
That is so. Put it back here. Let me see. Let me critique it for you. Let me see. Let me see if you have all of the elements in there. So where's the center of focus? All right, it's right there in the front. Yeah, and you go up in that arch thing and come out wide. And yeah, you got it. You got it going on, girl. Very good. Very, very, very good. I'm impressed. And you're
Thank
actually
you.
using your God-given talent, because that's a talent, to
Yes,
make you money. That's an awesome, awesome thing.
yes, it
And
is.
okay, I'm really happy for you. Really, really happy for you. All right, so Cleon Smith is in the house. Marcia Blake Namard is here. They're saying congratulations. Are you seeing the screen where they're leaving the comments?
No, I am not seeing it.
Okay. Um, beautiful. Nico says very creative and well organized, business oriented, proper customer service. I used her and it was superior. All very good, 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 good comments.
Thank you,
So happy for
Nico.
you. So
I don't
happy for you,
remember
girl.
Nico though.
Huh?
I don't remember. Oh, Nico, Mr. Sudstill, that's you. Thank you.
That's so very nice.
Thank
So
you. I did his
let's
grandma funeral and it was memorable.
someone Monique Lawrence says, beautiful sister, congratulations. See?
Hi,
They
my lovely
love you.
sister.
Fitzroy Jones, you are freeze. What that means. Congratulations, girls, to Veronica Kane Green. Um, Lolo Lewis, good evening. Hey, Lolo. Um, Let me start from the beginning. You are a true New Market girl, all the way out in Plainstone, right there, like a step out
Yes,
of the town.
yes.
Who were your parents, or who are your parents?
Okay, my parents, well, Clarissa Hay is my mother.
Uh huh.
She's from Kingstown too. And my father is Mr. Lawrence, Mr. Dora Lawrence.
Oh, Doral.
Yes.
Ah,
But
okay.
somehow,
DC Doral.
but
I know
somehow,
Doral.
somehow it's a long story behind all that, you know?
Yeah. So that's wonderful. I'm so happy to hear that. I'm really happy to hear that. Your daughter grow up and is big and doing her own thing. Wonderful. Um, so tell me about your early beginnings. Where did you go to school?
Okay. In my early years, I went to Carmel. Carmel
Went to
All
where?
Age it was. Carmel All Age.
Carmel. Carmel. Okay. All
Carmel All
right.
Age it was. Miss
Mhm.
Kane was my principal then.
Right.
She passed now. God bless
Mhm.
her soul.
Mhm.
That's where I got my primary education.
Okay.
I later moved to Black River High School, where I did my
Mhm.
secondary education.
Okay. That's
After
that's
attending Black River High School, I then went on to Knox Community College, where I did some form of early childhood education and the National Youth Service.
mhm.
And I came back and was in the classroom with Mrs. Louise Dennis at the Happy Grove All Age School.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. So let me ask you, when you went to the all age school, Carmel all age, what was
Right?
it like in those days? Was it a good experience for you?
It was a great experience. Yes, it was. We actually had a great childhood. We
Mhm.
would walk to school like I don't know how many miles, but we would walk from Painstown to Carmel.
Kingston to Carmel can't be more than maybe a mile and a half, I would think, or about a mile.
two,
Hmm?
maybe 2 miles.
You think it's as much as two?
I'm not sure.
Maybe. Give and take.
Yes, but
Yeah,
in
so you
those
used to
days we
walk to
didn't have
school.
taxis and school bus. We had one taxi driver, that's Mr. Gooden. If he's
Uh-huh.
going out in the morning, we would catch a ride. But then if that ride misses us, then that's it for us.
Okay. So
Right.
you'd have to walk.
I
So
would
most
have
times I imagine you walk home. Even if you got a ride in the morning, you'd walk
we
back.
walk to school, we walk home. We walk home in the rain. We play, we had a lovely childhood. We had our Nuchibon and Bullas and those great days which my kids don't have now.
Ah, no, they don't.
Right.
They don't.
It
And so
was
did you pass your common entrance when you were at that school, or you went later?
no. I passed my common entrance and was placed at Black River High School,
Oh, so you got your
which
common
was
entrance.
actually right.
All right, that's wonderful. So what was life like at Black River?
Well, at Black River High School, it was great. It was okay. I think I did well in my schoolwork. I actually didn't choose a career path when I was going to school, but what I did remember, I did office procedures and information technology. I
Uh-huh.
didn't choose a career as in being a baker, a florist, or any part of the skill department where you'd go to learn a specific skill. I did not. Because going to Black River High School at those times, I did really believe that if you were doing home economics or you were doing dressmaking or stuff like that,
You
you
don't.
don't really get the attention that the other student would get.
Talk, talk,
And if
talk,
you're not
talk the thing the way it's supposed to. It's don't you don't why you're doing that, right?
sorry,
Because people would perceive that you're don't. You
that
you
you're
you you
dumb,
you're not a
right?
bright person. If you're
You're
bright,
not
you're
a
doing the
bright
science
student.
or you're doing business, and that is so wrong. That's
Right. And that was how I think it was being looked at in the school at
mhm.
that specific time. So
Yeah.
even though I had a love for fashion designing, I
Mhm.
don't want to go and do the dressmaking part of it because the children they would get less attention. Teacher wouldn't visit them quite often and all of those stuff. So I want to be on the business path.
Wow. That's so sad though.
Yes, it
That's
was really sad.
that's very sad, and that's how a lot of people literally miss their calling for the things
That's
that they are good at versus the things that they end up doing. You
that is
know?
true because nothing is better than having a skill these days. It's not so
Exactly.
much about education anymore, as you have seen, where our world is becoming, where machines are taking over, the bank tellers are losing their jobs, banks are closing down, and all of those stuff. And these people are people who will see me on a day to day basis and they will ask me, can you show me? Can you teach me to do some read? Can you teach me? Can I help you with what you're doing and stuff like that?
Yeah, that is such a shame. More should be done in the high schools to sensitize students about these things. They're made to feel that if they do the sciences and some business, then they're bright, and they will go far. But if they
Right.
learn a skill, it's like it's it's not gonna put you anywhere, and that is so
And they were
wrong.
given less attention. That's what I remember going to
because
Black River High School.
because the teachers are not encouraging. So not only are the teachers not encouraging where that is concerned, the school does not invest in those departments.
A lot.
So it trickles down to the teachers. Not much emphasis is placed on learning skills. skills that
Right.
you could come straight out of school. You don't even have to graduate before you start earning from some of these skills that you would learn in high school. So yeah, a lot more needs to be done. So you finished Black River, and what did you want to be at that time? The perceived want to be, because you know what you wanted to be, which is what you are
Okay.
now. But
When
what
I
what what did you kind of gravitate towards in terms of what you would end up doing when you leave high school?
okay, when I always have the passion for doing my designing. I always want to become a fashion designer. And it was so funny. A lot of my colleagues and classmates must have been watching. I don't know if they can remember, but whenever we were asked to introduce ourselves in school
Uh huh.
and what we want to become,
Right.
everybody would say they want to become pilots, doctors, teachers. And I would say I want to become a fashion designer, and the entire school would laugh at me.
Okay. Okay.
It was
I
funny how
totally
it
get
happened.
that. I
But
totally get that.
I, no matter what, I had it in the back of my mind that I would become a fashion designer. However,
Yeah.
when I leave, I end up doing hairdressing for 2 years
Mhm.
before going into now.
Okay. Okay. So, guys, if you're just joining us, my name is Evadne. And I have my special guest here who is Neysha Stone. Please go ahead and like and share this broadcast so that other people can join and help to cheer her on. I'm seeing 51 people at this moment who are on. Please share so that more people can join. And go ahead and make a comment in the group so that we know who is here and we can big you up. I'm seeing Maxine Smith, Utah, Colleen Hanson, and Angela Witter Van Deen are here. And we'd just like to bring some more people in here. Fitzroy Jones is here. Jacqueline Spence Dew. Kay Maureen is here.
Hi, Kim.
Ashanti,
Hi,
Ashanti,
Shanti.
Farrellyn, Tamika Nemart, and Cleon Christopher Russell. So as you come in, guys, just go ahead and share so that more people can see that we're on and actually join to wish this young lady well and to hear her own story. So you you finished and you're now at Knox. You finished secondary school. You in high school at that time. And you're now at Knox. What was Knox like? So now you leave, and did you travel or you were living in Mandeville?
Okay, going to Knox, as I said, it was the National Youth Service, so it wasn't anything long. It
Mhm.
wasn't anything long. And how I actually end up there, I was doing hairdressing, and you know, this principal lady, Mrs. Louise Dennis, she passed on last year or
Mhm.
early this year.
Yeah, I've heard great
Right.
things about her.
She, she she is a lady who is like my mentor.
Mhm.
She is my mentor. She actually saw the good in me and she
Mhm.
wanted to help me. And she said, okay, I see more than you being a hairdresser. I want you to go higher because I know you can do it.
Mhm.
So she tried and she get me there and I went on training where it was actually, I think it was 2 months.
You
Two
think
months.
what? Say that again.
Sorry, somebody called and I got disconnected.
That's
Are
okay.
you
That's
hearing
okay.
me?
We are used to technical problems on this program. It's okay.
I'm not hearing you.
No, I'm saying it's okay. We're used to technical difficulties here. Can you hear me?
No.
All right. Um, just give it a second. It will come back. All right. You hear me now?
Very low. I think I'd have to disconnect and try to connect once more.
No, we are hearing you very loud. We are hearing you very loud, so don't disconnect. Can you hear me better?
I can't hear you.
Oh no? All right. Okay, disconnect and come back.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, how are you again? This is Evadne, and we got disrupted in the middle of broadcast with Miss Neysha Stone, and she is going to be rejoining us shortly so that we could hear her better. Somehow, when she gets a call coming in, um, her volume goes down, and then she's not able to hear what we are saying after that. So she will rejoin us in a few minutes. But for those of you who are here, what do you think about the young lady and what she has accomplished, considering she's she grew up in the in New Market, but she's doing very well for herself, starting her own business and so on. And she's back with us. Welcome back, Neysha. Just go in the
Thank
chat
you.
and write down for me, guys. What do you think about her and her achievements? And how do you size that up against some young people who grow up in the area and decide that they're not even going to try to fight to do something that could elevate themselves. Christopher Russell says, congratulations, keep making our division proud. Um, okay, are you hearing me now?
Yes, I'm hearing you now, Mr. Pat.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so I was just asking these guys, Ashanti and Kobe, good, what is that? Let me see here. Says good night
Thank you,
here
Ashley.
in support of Neysha watching from Black River. That's good. And this one says, congratulations, keep making our division proud.
I will,
Um,
Mr. Russell.
one said, I love you, sis.
I love you too,
Um,
my sister.
okay, congratulations, Han, says
Thank you.
Tamika. All right. Okay, so those are just some of the comments that are here. So tell us, about the Knox. You were telling us about the Knox experience. How did that work out for you?
Okay, so at NAX, it was actually a National Youth Service. So we
Mhm.
actually were there. It was very hard. It was a different type of experience for me. Like, it was a boot camp. So
Okay.
we were training and learning, and there were a lot of soldiers training us.
Really?
No telephone, no televisions, no radios. So
Where were
would
you at the campus up in near
in
Christiana
Scotland,
in Spalding? Okay. Okay.
Scotland, right? So we would go to school in the daytime. We'd train early in the morning, like very hard training. And after all of these training, we would decide what we want to become. A lot of
Mhm.
my colleagues, they are now soldiers. Some of them become teachers, and we have different firefighters, a lot of different tasks that we could take up after we leave. I actually came down after I leave Knox. I came down to Happy Grove to teach.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I did not love the classroom.
Oh, really?
No, I think
Okay.
I love the teaching, but the children, I
You could
I
manage.
I have a
What grade?
small boy.
What grade were you doing?
Well, I was at grade 4,
Okay.
Well, when I came to the school, there was a fight over me. They wanted me at the basic school department. Mrs. Dennis said no. They wanted me at grade 4. I was in grade 4 for a while until she said, no, you got to be in grade 6 with me, beside me with these GSAT students.
Okay, okay. But those are hard classes, grade 6 and grade 4. Maybe your
Right.
experience would have been a little bit better if you were a little bit lower down.
Right.
Grade 3 to 1.
Grade 4, the experience with grade 4 was bad. But the
Mhm.
grade 6 students, they gravitate to me, they listen to me. They did well. I helped them a lot towards their GSAT programs at the time.
Okay. Okay.
Right.
So that's
And even
that's
today, they
wonderful.
will see me in the street, and still say, oh, that's my teacher, or Miss and Miss and Miss and Miss, children.
Okay.
Right.
That's wonderful. So after Happy Grove teaching experience, what did you do?
After Happy Grove, I was contemplating going to college to get a degree. But as I said before, based upon the experience that I had,
Mhm.
that wasn't the path I want to go down.
Right.
So I went back into my hairdressing
Uh-huh.
and I did hairdressing again for another 2 years.
Where were you working your hairdressing?
I was working in Black River,
Okay. Okay.
right? And I continued there with a lady.
Mhm.
Somehow, somehow the lady was leaving for overseas
Mhm.
and she was packing up business. So it was time for me to do something else.
Okay.
So I went on and being a counter clerk
Okay.
at a Chinese haberdashery.
Okay. And
But
and
be,
that how long
but
did you
be
stay there?
probably another 2 years,
Okay. Okay.
or maybe probably 1 year and 8 months to be exact.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. So at what point did you step out of all of that, working for people and started to do your totally on your own?
Okay. So in 2009, I decided that I would go and pursue my floral arrangement that I love so much. But
Mhm.
the thing that sparked my floral arrangement was while working with the hairdresser at the time,
Mhm.
she actually had a family member who passed away.
Mhm. Mhm.
And I could remember her wanting to purchase a wreath. And when she went to the funeral home, it was so costly. She was surprised about the price and she was hesitant on whether she should get it or not.
Right.
So I said to her, why are you worrying about purchasing a wreath when I am here? I can make you one. I have never made a wreath in my whole life.
But you know you can do it, right?
I know I can do it.
I never make one, but I know I can do it.
So I told her, I can make the wreath. And she said, really, you can? I said, I never made one, but I'm going to try. I remember going around by quarts in the garbage bin
Yeah.
and I got some styrofoam and
Oh,
came back
you
to the shop.
didn't.
Right, they would put out the styrofoam from the
Yeah, and
fridges
you
and
cut it
stuff
out.
like that. Right? And
That's
I went
nice.
around there and we went in search for styrofoam. Unfortunately, I didn't, whatever I see, I didn't like because I was kind of looking for something that could give me a heart shape.
Right, right.
So
But
I actually
you're
knew
really resourceful. You're extremely resourceful to even think about that, because I would be thinking about going to the floral shop to get that.
We didn't have floral shops like that. Well, maybe one and two in the town, but not a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
So I
That's
actually knew
true.
a friend who worked at a floral shop. And
Uh-huh.
I called her up and I said, look, I need to make a wreath. And she said, okay, I can sell you a frame. Catching my
Oh,
shot. She said, I can sell you a frame. And we bought the frame and there was a flower shop next door to the hairdresser. We
okay, okay.
purchased some flowers and I took them home and I create a lovely wreath with the child name on it and I take it
See?
to the shop in the morning. When I went to the hairdresser shop, we hung it up and all the customers who came in for that day, they were excited
Ah,
about the wreath. Like everybody was saying, wow, this is a beautiful wreath.
that's such
The
a
day,
wonderful story for your introduction to that business.
right?
You know,
The
which
day
is
when
like,
we went to the funeral,
hmm
there was a lot of talking about the wreath again. And so I said, yes, I think I can do it and I can do better.
wow, that is so amazing that you follow your heart, your hunch, that you
Yes, I
can
did.
do this, because you had no way of knowing that you can do it because you've never done it before, but you know in your heart that you can do it
I
because
know in my heart.
you have the
I,
creativity in you. But
yes,
so that's amazing. You see, when people follow their passion, that's a wonderful thing. I think it's
it,
the same thing with like people doing hair.
right,
You're not trained, but you know you can do it because you watch people do it, and you're sure you can do it. Nobody
right.
has to really teach you to do it. That's amazing. Can you crochet?
No, no, I can't wish it. But
Let
I do a lot of
the
other stuff.
the way how you're creative, I'm pretty sure you can do it. Take it up and try it.
I think I can. I
Of
don't
course
know
you
if
can.
there is nothing I can't do, to be honest. I don't think about can't.
You can do it. Just take it up and try it.
I
And
don't
you
believe
see.
in can't. I believe in I can do it.
Right.
Right. But
What about?
this floral
Mhm.
thing was actually in my blood from
Mhm.
my childhood. Because growing up in the country, I can remember, oh, my sin bill is so high in killing lizards. I
Mhm.
would bury lizards every day.
Wait. Say that again. I'll back up. Y'all with this thing just freaking me out, like freaking me out. So back up. What did you just say?
Okay, being a florist, I
Mhm.
knew it was in my blood from my childhood.
Mhm.
I remember me getting up every day, unlike other kids who would play dolly house and stuff.
Yeah.
That wasn't me. I wouldn't do much of the dolly house. I have a lot of dollies. I would bury them, make graves, and I'd pick wildflowers and make lovely little wreaths and put on the graves.
This is so funny. There must be something connected to people from New Market and funeral. There gotta be some great connection. Why would you even think of keeping funeral for your dog?
Yes, that's what I would do. I would kill lizards and I use the trunk from the banana trees and I would put tissue in it and I'll make a lovely little casket and I'll do the burial.
Is
I'll
this
have
something they teach in school at New Market? Girl, you're freaking me out with this lizard thing. Like seriously, I was so terrified of lizard. Why would I be playing around a dead lizard?
I I don't know. Just being a child, I
Oh
guess.
my
I am
God.
scared of lizards. No, I am really scared of lizard. No, but
No,
as a
really?
child, I kill a lot.
No, I
I
used to be
never
afraid of
touch
them since I
one though.
was a child, but here you were playing around with them about to keep in funeral. Where did you get that idea that you could be keeping funeral for lizards?
Yes, I used to do that a lot. Like I would have lovely little graves covered with wreaths, and that
So let
would
me,
be fun. That would be fun for me.
when you bury
That
your
would have been
doll, when you bury your dolls, do you leave them buried or do you dig them up back?
no. I take them up back after certain time. I think
Ah, but you leave the lizards
I
buried.
leave the lizards.
So how did you make the casket with the banana and bark? You people are geniuses.
Banana trunks.
Uh-huh.
Somebody
So,
called again and this interrupt the live.
yeah, yeah, but I'm hearing you.
I'm not gonna hear you again.
Oh wow. So what do you want to do? You want to jump off and come back?
I would have to disconnect and reconnect.
All right, no problem.
Even though you are hearing me, I'm not hearing you.
Okay, great.
Okay?
Yeah. So guys, again, she she was interrupted. What's the story with this lizard? Who teach children to do such fancy things like keeping funeral for lizard using banana bark or the banana trunk? That's a tree, the big section of the banana thing to make casket for lizard. Where these little geniuses came from? The only thing I know, the relationship I had with lizard growing up is that the boys used to kill them and they used to chase us around, like chase us all over the place with them, and we would bawl and scream and run and be terrified. So I grew up with that real terror for lizard, but we never played with them like that.
Okay.
Um, yeah. Wow. So how you used to put the banana bark? You or the trunk? Well, you cut out a like a
I
big.
I cut out pieces like one piece to match the other. Remember, the banana trunk is rounded.
Uh-huh.
So we would lock it and it give us a casket shape. We use wires at the end.
Okay, I got you. So
We
now
would
I know
use
why you use it because it has this curve because it's round,
right, right. There's this curve.
and you would interlock it.
Yes, I interlocked it with wires at the end. And my grandmother and I, we had a great deal of argument over those bananas trees.
You're really killing me. Let me see who else is here. Very creative says Shari. Fitzroy says, "Girl, you are crazy." Greg from Mobile. Boss lady Neysha, very creative and determined. Real entrepreneur spirit within you.
Hi,
um,
Greg.
Edisha says good night. Mervet says she is inspiring me. Sweet presentation. Lol said Fitzroy Jones. Ah, put the
Thank you,
phone on
Fitzroy.
speaker, you will hear her. Also, Sherry's saying that you should put the phone on speaker, when you have that problem again. So proud of you, Neysha. Your work speaks for itself. Very creative. Shanika Brown said that. Okay, girl,
Thank you,
you bo-
Shanika.
you bowled me over. All this lizard stories. The second person I hear about this lizard story from. A lizard story and funeral. Like seriously, how do you make the association between the two? We would just dig them up and bury them if we were gonna do anything with say kids used to act out things, play dolly house.
Right.
So if you play in church or if you're gonna have anything that you're gonna bury, we just dig up the dirt and bury them. We never think about building no casket and all of these fancy things.
Because it's a part of the passion.
That's amazing.
It wasn't going to be nice for me making a grave with wreaths and no bodies inside.
we would get like flowers, the blossoms that fall from the tree, and sprinkle them on that grave or that whatever, and pick, usually have like marigold and, nice flowers that grew in the common where the cows are.
Right. I
Pick
used to
them and
use
put
those
them
too.
on there and decorate it around. But casket? Seriously, girl? You are way ahead of your time.
Yes, we were, and because of that, I got a lot of bees sting because I'm always bothering the bees and those petals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow. You are serious. You are seriously into it. So um you you decided that you're gonna go on your own, and what was the first thing you did in stepping out on your own?
Okay, so a lady who attended the funeral of that young boy who died, for
Mhm.
which was the nephew of the hairdresser.
Mhm. Mhm.
There was this lady who attended the funeral and saw the wreath. Her
Mhm.
father died.
Mhm.
She believed in me so much. So she actually ordered 6 wreaths.
Hmm. Nice.
I made those wreaths and they were lovely. They were superb and she loved them. And when she paid me for those wreaths, I actually decided that this is it. I'm going to start this business.
Oh man.
However,
Mhm.
I did not know how to source the materials
Yeah.
to keep making these wreaths
Because most of those things
because
you had to go to Kingston for it.
I am now venturing to a new career where I didn't even know about anything with pertaining being in Kingston or anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I remember the styrofoam shape that my friend actually sold to me. And
Mhm.
I remember that it was more of a polyurethane, like it's those type of brown sponge that would come from
Right.
the fridge material.
Really?
So I got the order, and when she gave me that order, which would have been my first big order,
Mhm.
I went in search for a fridge man.
But that thing is dangerous that comes out of the fridge, isn't that fiberglass?
It is not fiberglass. I think it's polyurethane, something like that. It's
Fiberglass.
dangerous. I think it's
It's
dangerous.
dangerous. It is
But what
dangerous.
happened? I did went to find a fridge man. I
Uh-huh.
went to a place where this young man he fixed fridge. So whenever he would store the fridges that weren't good at a specific location.
Mhm.
I went there, I got some foams and I did the job and I said the lady was pleased. But I start getting orders and I don't really know what to do now because I don't know where to source the stuff. And when I asked my friend, they were actually using the same brown things from the fridge.
From the fridge. And how
So
many of how much of that would be around? It would be a
not
small
much
quantity.
available. So I went back to the young man and I said, look, you have to save these fridge for me whenever they're not good because I'm now gonna pay you to save me them. And she said, oh dear. He said, oh dear, I can't store them here because I don't have enough place to store them on the property.
Mhm.
So I throw them in a dump in Luana.
Wow. Let me
So
see. Okay. Then Brandon, Thomas is here, the other entrepreneur from the area who is in the funeral business and who had the same little passion in him boiling up since he was a kid. Shanika is here too. Zelda Blackwood. It's freezing. She said, I don't know why she said it's freezing. Marcia Blake Namard said, "So proud of you, Neysha. You're such a beautiful soul, very talented, very creative, and you take pride in your work. Keep up the good work."
Thank you.
Byron Wellington is here. Byron says, "Big up, Sister Neysha. Congratulations." Who is this now?
Hi,
Congratulations,
Mr. Wellington. Good
Byron
night.
Wellington. Keep up the good work. Let me see who else is
Thanks, Mr.
here.
Thomas.
Um, Big up, Sister Nice. That's Brandon again. Um, who's this now? Daly says, "Good job, my cuz. Lizard is not my favorite. I'm afraid of them." That makes two of us. I don't know how these people can be playing with lizards. Good night, cuz. And trust me, New Market has so much lizard, I don't know where they produce them from. Last time I was there, I was with a pyro can every day spraying lizards. Every day. Like, oh, Jesus. Still makes me scared. Ashanti, that's definitely my cousin. All right. So continue your story. No, I was spraying them the whole time I was there. Like I'm always walking around with the can. It has to be anywhere I'm sitting, the can has to be nearby.
Okay.
Yeah. So you were telling me this story about getting the brown material from the fridge or the freezer, man, and storing them at Loana, then
Right,
at the dump in Loana. And
right.
how did you move past that?
Okay. I actually, business grew and grew and grew. It grew on. So
Yeah.
after going to the dumping Luana to get my styrofoam, getting guys to go there to cut them apart and stuff like that, I actually remember I think I saw it on the internet that there's a foam factory in Kingston where I can now get styrofoam.
Uh-huh.
Right. So I actually moved past the whole dump thing.
And started to pick up stuff from Kingston.
I started, right, because when I just started, we hardly much have smartphones where we could do stuff online and all of those stuff.
Right,
So
right.
I continued with those brown foams for a while, was for a
Okay,
great while. And not only me, but other florists around because we couldn't get anything else.
okay. Well,
Right. So whenever
my
my sister,
little my little stint with decorations and stuff. I never got into funeral, but um flowers. I used to go to Kingston to buy stuff at wholesale. You had a floral shop that you could go in and pick up anything, ribbons, all of that. So, oh, sorry for you, girl. You didn't know all of that.
in the country here, it would
Yeah.
have been hard. But in Kingston, probably people were not using those
No,
brown materials at the time. But what
no.
I can remember, no matter how much my sister would come to Jamaica, no
Uh-huh.
matter no matter how nice her rentals would have been, she would come here to do her own business, but she's never gonna leave Jamaica without going to the dumpy with me and get that car filled with styrofoam.
And take
Thank
it back.
you,
That's
Juliet.
that's very, very that's very helpful, right? That's
Yes, she
very,
would
very.
never
You
leave
see,
Jamaica without getting me a whole carload of styrofoam.
Naisha, this is why I do this program, and that's why sometimes people would never get me, and they would never get my passion for what I do here. The lack
Right,
of information puts people so far out of their way and
right,
cause a lot of people not to achieve a lot of the things that they could achieve because they have no information.
right. And that is why I
No,
love the
the
program. It's
reason
for
why
everyone.
you see, the reason why you had to go through all of that was because you never, I think the only reason why I would have known that, although we had flower shop in Mandeville, but maybe you would think that they wouldn't have sold you those things at that time either, or they would be very, very expensive. But I
I
think the reason
I
why
didn't
I
have the
knew
knowledge
that,
of those things. I didn't have the knowledge. Remember being a
right?
florist, I was just coming out of nowhere until
Yeah.
I get somewhere. So I didn't have the knowledge of where to get those things.
So I'm saying it's the lack of knowledge that caused some people to have to go through so much suffering unnecessarily. Because an upcoming young lady in the area now see you on here talking about flowers and floral arrangement. They
Right.
already know they can come to you for advice, but
Right.
not having that to look to or to hear, or even a
Right.
child who is in school who has that burning desire to do funerals or to do wreaths or to do decorations, they don't know where to turn. They
That's
don't know
true.
where to turn. The only reason why I would have known about that flower shop, the wholesale place in Kingston, is because I did the floral arrangement course in Kingston. So obviously the teacher would tell you where you could get
Get this
stuff.
stuff.
Yeah. So, that stuff that you went through, I never had to even think. And
Okay.
I'm talking about in the 90s I did that. I did that in the 90s because that was before
Right.
I even came to America.
So
I was
styrofoam
doing,
was around. The white
yeah,
styrofoam was around.
everything. Everything. Wires, wire cutters. You could get roses there. You could do everything. You pick up, like I said, ribbons because I could make those bows and everything. So I
Right.
used to go to Kingston and just shop for what I need. But I'm saying the lack of information and how we, even if somebody have that information, the tendency is to hide it from everybody else so that the other person does not learn
Right.
how to do it. You understand? It's like trade secrets. So
Right.
everybody hide what they know so they don't train anybody else. And that is kind of wrong. I mean, the internet does provide a lot of free information now for people to research stuff on their own, but we have to do better at
Right.
sharing information. And I'm so appreciative of you coming on here to talk about your experience and the pain you went through to learn
Right.
what you learned and to get where you are.
And
It's
people will see that it wasn't just a get rich thing overnight. It wasn't just me getting up today and become a florist tomorrow and
right,
everything was
right,
okay. It also
right.
teaches young people who are down that you can get up. There is
You
something
can.
out there that you
There's
can go and
something you
do.
can do.
You
There's
can put your
tons of things.
hands to something and make something out of it.
There's
So this is to
thousand little things you
empower
can
young people.
do. You can do to get yourself started in a little business. Because when I was doing floral arrangement, I remember
Right?
one of my girlfriends paid for that class for me, to
Mhm.
start it. And I went and I did the stuff because I had a job, but I didn't want to be working for anybody. I was always rebellious about working for people,
That's
and
me.
and I started it, and it was expensive to travel to Kingston for the classes. I think it was maybe about 6 weeks.
Right?
I don't think I had finished. Maybe that's why I didn't do the read. I went all the way, but I didn't do that read. And
Okay.
maybe it was the end of the course. I didn't do like the last class or the last two classes. But it was expensive to travel to Kingston, and I wasn't. I would take a bus to 3 miles because I was terrified of going to Kingston too. So I'd take a bus to 3 miles, and then from 3 miles, I would take a taxi to anywhere I'm going in Kingston. I would never jump on a bus and ride around Kingston. Not me. Not gonna happen. So I
Okay.
get to until now I'm scared like to go to Kingston on my own to take public
Right.
transport or anything like that. No, I'm not
Right.
as I'm not as afraid of Kingston anymore. But I wouldn't go there and jump on bus and
You
drive
don't feel
around.
comfortable doing it.
No, no. So I usually take a taxi to 3 miles and then, take a bus to 3 miles, then take a taxi to wherever. So it was very costly to go back and forth to do the program. But you move from there, and I met this lady once at a meeting. You know, when you volunteer to be in organizations and
Right,
organizations that teach you leadership skills. That's what I
right.
always tell young people: volunteer, volunteer your time. It's not taking
Yeah,
anything off you. It
that's what
adds,
I actually did
it
when I
adds.
went into Happy Grove.
Yes, it adds to your life. It doesn't take from you.
Yeah.
Volunteer, right? So I was in this volunteer organization, and we used to go to meeting at the parish council. Sometimes we had to go to all these heads of organization meeting and blah blah blah. And I met this lady who was running another organization, a government entity in 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 um in Mandeville, and she liked me from the meeting, and we spoke after that, and then I realized that she does decorations, right?
Right.
And I told her I'm fascinated with it. I do decorations, and she and I became very close as a result, and I started to go with her on decorations job.
And you
Can
start to
you
learn.
can I tell you that I was on stage with PJ Patterson while he was prime minister because I am decorating. I used to do
Right.
a lot of the big politician things for PNP party because she was close to them, so she used to get contracts. I
Okay.
decorated I decorated the arena, the national arena.
Like events like the gala
Yes,
and all
the
those
big
spaces.
conference center in Montego Bay, the Adventist one, we
Right.
decorated those. Big shows like the Heritage Singer, we decorated those big concerts. So we were
Okay.
doing big, big money contracts at that time before I left Jamaica.
Right.
And how you got into this? Because you put yourself out there, you volunteer,
Yes.
and by volunteering you meet someone who can take you to the next level. So I was
And more.
I was in decoration, but I wasn't doing little jobs and little party. I was doing big big contracts. You understand? I
Right.
remember I
Right.
remember when I left Jamaica and was here, when we were changing over to 2000, year 2000, and we were supposed to have this big celebration, the time when everybody thought the world would come to an end.
Right.
I was talking to SDC about doing the decorations for that Jamaica
Oh,
2000
the
in
Jamaican
the
thing.
town. Yeah, but I was here for like most of that year, so I didn't bother to get that contract. So
Okay.
I'm telling this little story to say that, guys, you have to step out.
Yeah.
It's not where you come from. It's where you're aspiring to get to, and how you use your experience, how you navigate life from using the little opportunities you got. Look at that little opportunity you
To
got
get where you are.
to just tell that lady that, hey, you don't have to worry about buying a wreath. I can make it, even though you have never made it, but
I have
in your
never made
mind,
one. I have never
you
made one,
know
but I knew in myself I could.
in your mind that you can do it. So
Right.
why do we sit around and say government, the politician, daddy, 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 like we can't do anything when there's so much around us that we could just
So much.
jump into? And I am here with this program as a mission to bring people to the in front of these young people to show them that you have mentors. We never
Right.
had that when we were growing up. But you guys are much more fortunate because you have a lot of people who have a lot of skills that you can use to make yourself better. You
Right.
can teach somebody, you can run a program, you can run a whole course teaching people
Right.
now to do what you know.
I'm thinking
And,
of
and,
doing that,
and you
but
didn't go to university to do it, but you can start a program to teach people to do that. The community
right.
center is over there. You can use it to do that. Um, the young lady who was here earlier this week, she's into insurance. And I really, really hope that I asked her, would you mentor some people from the area? And she said yes. And
Which is good.
I
Right.
would
There's a
really
lot
love
of
to see
things.
some young people stepping up and say, I'll go to her and let her teach me that craft. You
There is a
understand?
lot of things young people can do. I will
Yes,
just sit here and I will think, I'll come up with ideas. And for persons who are being on the internet, like on Facebook, for the gimmicks and for people business and the fun and the game and the party, I
yes.
use
So where's that
Facebook
taking
and YouTube as a medium to learn.
to learn? Not
Since this
waste the time.
pandemic, I've started a whole new business from TikTok.
Okay, nice,
Whole
nice. So
new business.
you need to teach me the TikTok thing because I don't get that one. I really don't.
I just go in there to learn. It's like a
I,
college
I,
for
I I
me. I
really
stay up
don't.
late in the night and I learn. And right now I do mugs, I do plaques, I do key rings,
That's
keychain.
nice.
I am a resin artist. I do jewelry. I have to write them down because I can't remember most of the stuff I do to how there are
Girl after my,
a
girl
lot of
after my own heart.
I
All right,
print
so
t-shirts, a lot of
that's
stuff.
that's good. Um, Aisha said, Evadne, I love your hair. That color complements your complexion very well. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you. I'm thinking of going back black for a little bit though, but bald and black. I don't know. Either black or straight white. One of the two. But thank you for your compliment. See another message here. Jacqueline says we were almost um misled as children to believe that if we weren't nurses and teachers, we wouldn't be successful. Here in the US, it is completely different. A lot of emphasis is placed on art. You know, I thought about you today, Jacqueline, because I was attending virtually an art conference in Jamaica, and they were talking about the same thing, how the arts is treated like you're worthless if you want to do the art. And there were different artists and storytellers on that program talking about their story and how they grew up and how they got involved and how passionate they were and how much money they're making from that. And the absence of art in abundance in Jamaica. You know, art is there, but it's mostly in Kingston. You know, art is kind of seen as not belonging to the common people. It seems
That's
no,
true.
no. But I will advocate and I will continue to speak about the absence of art in a place like Newmarket because the only place there I see art on the school buildings, and
Right?
that just tell you something about a community when you see no art there,
Right.
because it means that the young people are not
They're not
encouraged.
into craft
They're not
and
encouraged to
they're
develop
not into
that
it.
side of their brain and to think creatively.
And that was
And
a
I
main part
really,
of us going to school, arts.
the creativity needs to be fostered. It needs to be
Mhm.
fostered. We need teachers who are more interested in helping students to learn the skills of art, not just
Right?
drawing, but art in general. Floral
That's
decoration
true.
is art, right? And those
Yeah,
things make you money even before you grow up, even before you're an adult. You could be making money because
that's
these kids
true.
are very smart.
That is true.
All right. So let's
There
see
are
a
so
message
much that
here.
young children can do. I have two sons and I'm now teaching them to make necklaces and
Of course,
wrist
and
beads
sell them
and stuff like
online.
that. I
Look how
want
much
them to be young entrepreneurs too.
look how much nice things we have in Jamaica. Nice seeds and all kind of things can make nice craft stuff and whatever. Come on, get real. Sell them on eBay. Sell them on Etsy and sell them
Amazon.
all over the place. Donna Smith said it is not hard to make. I think it's the reach she's talking about. Fitzroy Jones, when we were growing up, our family would say, if you don't be teacher, nurse, doctor, soldier, police officer, you can't stay here. But no one knew what the future holds. That's so true. And that's so wrong, though. We just need to correct that mistake. It's a mistake, and we need to correct it. And Jar Hawthorne said, "Congratulations, Nisha. Great accomplishment. Proud of you, girl. Wash
Thank you.
hands, wash hands." Okay. Troy Jones said, "Yes, Jacqueline, such a lovely person." Says Kamoya Howard. Vendolyn Richards, my grade 5 and 6 teacher from Carmel College. I always remember you. Yeah, teachers,
That's one of my favorite teacher from
te-
Holly School.
teachers and churches have to step up,
Yes,
their game in encouraging young people,
yes.
and not so young, because you could be a mature person like myself and still interested in those things and still do it and make yourself money from it. You don't have to be
It could
18
have
or
been a
19.
part-time job.
I could start that now and still do it and make money. I
Yes,
I think Sheridan is here. Donna Smith. I think she started floral arrangement thing later in life. She didn't do that when she was young. She started that when she was probably in her 40s, upper 40s. Floral design is not hard. I never go to school to learn flora. All right, so there she is. So
right.
yeah, it is not
And
just
doing
young
floral
people.
arrangement for me, it never feel like I have to work a day in my life.
Right, it's
It's always
anybody.
fun. It's always fun. I'll stay up all night and create flowers.
I used to see my sister, my eldest sister, Minette Smith. I used to see her do crochet, right? And then my other sister, Yvonne, used to do crochet, right? And I
Right?
never, nobody ever sit down and teach me to crochet. But guess what? I just took
You
up the needle
what?
and started to crochet, right?
And
So
you catch on.
I can crochet. I made a few sets in my lifetime, but it's not something that I really wanted to, stick with. The thing about me is I like to know that I can do some things, and once I know I can do it, I just leave it alone. Sometimes I don't do them for for making
Right.
money or anything. I just want to know I can do it. Um, I can't knit though. I can't do that two needle knitting thing.
That's the
Always
only thing
wanted
I
to,
can.
but I
That's the
can't
only thing
do
I've
that.
never tried.
The
I've
other
never
thing I
tried.
used to do that was very creative from I was very young was embroidery. I could just
I
look
can
at
do
it
that.
and do it. I don't have to do the one on the fancy board that I said I do in America and all these things mark out for you. Nope. Just trace a picture and just embroider the whole thing and do the padding over the whole picture and whatever with my hands. I could do them,
Okay.
and I used to do them and get them framed. People used to ask me to do them and make frames out of it. And I
Right.
never charged them for those things. I used to do them for free, but I could do that in my sleep. Yeah,
Okay.
so all of these things are stuff that people can monetize,
Yes.
make a
And then
living.
there are so much platforms and media out there where they can be sold.
There's just so many things we can do. We don't have to go hungry. We don't have to beg. We don't have, if you're begging anything, just beg for a start. Somebody to
That's true.
identify something that you want to do. And if you don't have the money, ask somebody to give you a start. But don't be taking up the phone, calling people, asking them for phone card, asking them for money to feed your children, asking them for whatever. There's so many things you could do.
That
Just
is so true. As the phrase would
identify,
say, I'll give you a fish today and I teach you to fish tomorrow.
yes, identify something that you think you can do or you would love to learn. Then you could ask somebody for the money to do that. And that's what I support. I don't support the thing of handout. I
That's true.
support I support teaching someone a skill so that they can be viable, right? I support
Right.
helping them to find a market for whatever they're selling. I would do anything to promote the business. I support that, but I don't support the handout. Um, Neysha, we've been chatting for a long time. I think we need to kind of speed along, both because I'm also talking about my thing, because this whole creative thing
Yes, the whole creativity.
get my
And I
juices
see you have a
flowing.
passion for that as well.
No, no, I'm super creative. I do too many things.
I can see that.
Too many.
I can.
Um, Too many. Yeah. So so carry me now into how you got settled into your business.
Okay. So, as I say now, I move on from these brown, poisonous, dangerous stuff,
Mhm. Mhm.
moving on now to using the correct stuff, which there are the white styrofoams. Of course, there's a factory in Kingston. But, it is kind of hard getting to know things about the whole flower thing. People wouldn't tell you their secret where they buy their stuff. I remember when I want to make my real good start. I want to have my business bank account. I want to start purchasing flowers, real flowers, because at one point I couldn't do real flowers. I didn't know how to order live flowers and seeing that they have to come from overseas and they have to be imported and then the flowers
Really?
company would bring them to me. Right. I have to get flowers from overseas every week to do flowers
Shipping.
like these. I have to get these from overseas.
Wait. You people can produce those flowers in Jamaica?
That's another mess that we are going through during this pandemic because there's a shortage now. Seeing that the season overseas, I think the crop is kind of going down. So we're having a serious shortage. Even this week, I was round and about trying to source some of our tropical petals to make an arrangement.
No, man. You guys need to start a greenhouse
So even that,
to produce those flowers.
I think I heard that there is somebody in Blue Mountain who does produce chrysanthemums. I'm not sure, but I think our government too should try to set up some form of way where we could now produce our own buds
Yeah. But you can't
and get
wait on
young
government.
people to work.
You can't wait on government. I'm pretty sure there are funds available that you can try to access to set up greenhouse to plant these things. And what a great thing that would be if we have a big greenhouse in Newmarket area that other people from Kingston and all over could get flowers.
That
You know,
would be amazing.
that's an awesome thing because it's not rocket science to grow those flowers. It's not rocket science.
No,
It's just
I
you need
know
a
that they have
greenhouse.
to be in a very cool area.
You just have to have a greenhouse. That's all. We have lots of rain in Newmarket. Perfect place to grow cool flowers. Flowers that like cool places. My mother used to grow a lot of flowers. And at that point where I left Jamaica, I
Right.
thought I would set up a greenhouse, because she used to love it and she used to go to flower show and blah, blah, blah. No, she
Okay.
doesn't bother with them anymore. But at that point, I thought I wanted to do a
To do a
greenhouse,
greenhouse.
um, you know, and since she was passionate about it, that she could do it. But hey, guys, I really support you guys if you can identify land and we should do a greenhouse there and supply flowers to other people. That's providing employment for a whole community.
Right, because right now we as florists across Jamaica, we are having it really difficult. I have messages in my inbox, funeral homes messaging me to provide
Yeah,
flowers, and I just can't, and I feel so
no,
bad
we need to
because
plant our
I just
own.
can't.
Barbara here is saying there used to be a flower show in Black River yearly. Yeah, they usually have an Easter flower show in Black River. Yashanti says, I'm currently looking for people to teach various skills because I am very talented, but these young people don't want to work. Let's talk some more about that, Ashanti. Maybe you could list what kind of skills you're talking about here, so that we could have an idea of what you could do. But we certainly would be open to collaboration with Neysha and everybody else who are into the creative space to plant the flowers and sell them. So flowers are very expensive, especially roses.
Yes, they are
Knowledge
very
says
expensive.
Jacqueline Dew. Yeah, I don't know if we could. Chrysanthemum is easy. Those are flowers that we could plant easily too. I don't know if baby's breath. I don't know how it's grown. I've never seen it
I'm
be
not sure
grown.
about the baby's breath, but I know this lady in Mandeville. She had the ferns and they're perfect, just like the ones I get from Colombia and anywhere else in
Baby's
the world.
breath? The baby's breath?
No, no, that's the fern. The
Oh, the fern.
ferns,
Yeah, of course we
ferns.
can grow fern. I see a lot of ferns growing in Jamaica wild on the bank, but the ferns that they mostly use for a lot of arrangement. I don't see that species there, but
Right. So I'm
if the
saying that a
others,
lady in Mandeville she have
yeah,
that species. Yeah, right. She has
if
the
the
pretty
others
ferns.
grow there, then that one will grow there. And
Right.
all those that kind of cactus looking plants that have the prickly thing at the end, and the stripe leaves. Those
Right.
things grow wild up at my mother. Um,
There's a lot of that around.
mhm, mhm. Um, yeah. So we could have absolutely continue to talk more about this and do skills training. We don't have to have a school that goes around the clock. You could do it periodically. Every 3 months, skip a 3 month, do it 2 times a year, 3 times a year, whatever, and teach people how to do stuff with their hands. We have
Right.
the potential. We have the potential. We can use it and we can dominate the market by selling these things overseas. Just like you get in from Colombia, you can export to the US or some other Caribbean or South American country. It's not impossible. David Wilson here says, Donna says going to leave Canada and come and grow flowers. Yeah, absolutely.
Sorry, Miss Evadne,
Um,
I'm no longer hearing you. Okay. I got another call and got disconnected.
okay, well, go out and come back. I'll read what David is saying right here. It is a Caribbean thing with parents who dictate to their children what professional direction they must take. Now, there are more lawyers in the Caribbean than can be employed. As a boy of 10, I told my father that I wanted to be an artist, and it was hell to pay. Artists die poor, he said. I never let him see any of my drawings after that. However, I was never dissuaded. Although I never studied art, I never stopped painting for the past 49 years. And David is a professional artist, and you can see even on his profile right there one of his pictures. And if you Google David G. Wilson, or so, you will find pages or YouTube videos and see his work. He's never been to a school, but he's a creative genius with his art. Vendolin says, I hope you are growing flowers for yourself as well. That would be quite helpful. Totally agree, says Jacqueline Spence. Well, as Neysha said, she I don't think she's growing at the moment, but I'm encouraging you guys to
Yes,
identify land.
I do grow a few. I do grow a
Oh,
few, especially my greeneries, my foliage. I
okay.
do grow those.
Oh yeah, because why would you go buy
And
foliages when you can grow foliage almost? Newmarket is pure bush because we
right.
have so much rain.
I
So
grow
you
especially my foliage and my greeneries.
just pick the things that are available and use them. If you walk on that road from the PC Bank going around Car, there's an enormous amount of fern growing on the side of the hill, on the banking. Lots of
I
fern.
know, but Jamaicans don't like when you use those ferns
They
in
like
any
foreign things.
arrangement. They like foreign things and they think that it's not worth it for them to pay so much money with having fanners. They would call it fanners. They don't want to see it. They get upset when they see that.
That's crazy. You need to
It's
break them
crazy.
out of that nonsense. Use what we grow.
Yes,
All
because
right.
I purchase ferns from overseas that look like our ferns here in Jamaica.
Okay. So you are now successfully doing your business. How is the decorations part of it going? The event planning and so on.
Well, for the event part, it's kind of slow where weddings and stuff are concerned.
Yeah.
But the funeral, yes, they keep going. They
Mhm.
keep business is lucrative where funeral is concerned.
Okay. So you work for Youth and Emard. You do his flowers right now at what is it? UT Nemard Funeral Home,
Okay,
right?
I am the florist at UT Nemard Funeral Home.
Mhm.
Mr. Nemard, I know you're watching. Good night, sir.
Right.
I am also the florist at Honeygan's Funeral Home,
Okay. That's
right?
nice. That's
And I used to work at a lot of other funeral home or almost a lot of funeral home in St. Elizabeth, Manchester. There's been quite a few. Mr. Brown, of course, that's where I started. Hats off to Mr. Ian Brown.
Oh, where is Ian Brown? At Brown's Funeral Home in Black River?
Brown's Funeral Home in Black River.
Okay.
I work for Lawrence Funeral Home. I actually work for Thomas Funeral Home. Thomas actually started with me as the florist there at Thomas Funeral Service.
Okay.
I used to work
That's the
at
one in
White.
Newmarket, right?
That's the one in Newmarket.
Okay.
Yes. I used to work at White Funeral Home. I have done arrangement for TJ Paradise, Shade of Glory, Gratitude Funeral Home,
Go girl, go
and
girl,
a lot
go
other.
girl.
I have worked at a lot of other funeral homes,
Go
but
girl, you go. Nice.
things have been different now. I actually have my own customers to deal with
Uh-huh.
out of the funeral home zone.
Okay.
So now I settle that too,
Okay.
and the
That's
workload can be heavy.
That's so amazing. Donna Smith in here is asking you for a job. um, Marvet Tomlinson. I think I saw somebody else earlier on was asking if you're employing. Are you looking for people to work?
Currently, I have someone who work with me currently.
Hmm. Okay, so you're not looking for anybody right now.
I'm not looking for customers right now.
I
For
mean, you
any
mean
workers,
workers,
sorry, the
right?
workers, not any
But
workers right now.
but if
I
you get more
currently have two
customers, if you get
persons.
more customers, you might need more workers.
Right. And then I will say, Miss Evadne, you need to get some workers for me.
I will. Marvet Thompson said the fern we know in St. Elizabeth growing up, I was told it has a poisonous substance. I don't know. I don't know about if it does or doesn't, but
I'm not sure about that.
Nemar, Yuta Nemar says, big up Miss Stone, you are the best. Fitzroy says, lol. Ashanti, I
Thanks,
am
Mr. Lemar.
employed. Ashanti, you need to tell us more about what you're doing in terms of creative things that you could teach. Please, I am looking for a job, says Donna. Um, Watching from Montego Bay. So proud of you, cause that's Stacy Ann calling Smith.
Thanks,
Ashanti, Donna,
Stacy.
come work for me. All right. So I'm gonna put Donna on blast. She is in Canada. She has a funeral home in Santa Cruz, but she's not
Okay.
maximizing her potential. So you all need to drag her out. Um,
Okay.
we stay in Canada and America and face the cold and face the hard life when we could be home doing other stuff that's
Does
easier.
she wish to enclose the name of her funeral home?
Huh?
Does she wish to enclose the name to say the name of her funeral home?
Oh, she's not a funeral home. She's a flower shop and bridal shop
Okay. Oh, okay.
in Santa Cruz. Watching on YouTube. She's been telling me for months that she's gonna advertise stuff down there at Newmarket and do whatever. But I think I think this program will inspire her
Okay.
to see how much she's missing out on. Yeah. Watching on YouTube. Everyone needs to like and subscribe. Thank you, Yvonne. Thank you so much. Listen, you people gonna let me. You have big things. I have asked that you guys like and follow the YouTube channel because there are going to be programs that are not live stream. They're going to be recorded and put on YouTube. So we need to build the YouTube channel. The last time I checked, it was 14 people on there who subscribe. I really appreciate that. But guys, y'all need to subscribe to the YouTube channel. I talk over and over about how we support each other, and sometimes it looks
That's
like people
true.
don't get it.
I
They
was looking
don't
at it
get it.
this morning and I think they need to go subscribe because you're doing great work.
We need to support wherever you can. It will trickle down to you eventually. Why wouldn't you subscribe to our channel when you would subscribe to any movie, any one of those stars doing nonsense, or not helping anybody, not helping your community? You'd rush to go subscribe to their stuff, but you can't subscribe to your own community YouTube channel. Come on, we got to do better than that. We got to do better than that. We need to support each other. Ashanti said she's a cosmetologist, chief interior decorator, and I make DIY project, makeup artist, painter, carpenter. That's my girl right there. We need to hook up. We need to hook up, right? I have some big things that I need to get involved in, cosmetics, making cosmetics and all that. We need to push ourselves, push our boundaries. We can. And if we learn something and teach others, we can build our community. We have a fantastic community. When last we ever hear that anybody kill anybody in your market?
Long time. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
It's a great community, violent
We have a
free.
fantastic community. Look how terrible some parts of Jamaica is. And you could go to your bed at night to New Market and sleep well, not being afraid that someone is going to come and kill you.
That's true.
We need to build it up. We need to make it a model community, right? Stacey Ann Collins says, Donna, I'm gonna tell mom Jackie Collins on you. Oh, that's the Collins. Okay. All right, all right, all right. You're gonna call out cousin on her. All right. Um, Yvonne says 44 persons watching need to like and subscribe. Oh, so 44 people are on YouTube and they didn't like and subscribe. Come on, guys. We need to do better. All right. I mean, 44 on here. I think Yvonne is saying, I'm seeing 50, Yvonne. You guys, you need to like and subscribe, because if we don't get 100 people, we'll never be able to put Newmarket St. Elizabeth in the at the end of our link, so that you can just go in and type in Newmarket St. Elizabeth and find it. Right now, if you even though that's the name, if you go in and type it in Google for you, or in YouTube, the channel is not going to come up. So you have to use the link. Now, if we get 100 people, you will see the name there. So once you go in, you could just type Newmarket St. Elizabeth and you will see it pop up, right? So that's what we need. Why we need 100 people. Then when we get to that 100, we will start to try to raise it up to the amount of people for us to be able to monetize that platform. And if we manage to monetize that platform, all of you can come on there and sell your stuff. All of you can come on there and talk about your stuff. So yeah. So yeah, let's go. Let's go. Let's do stuff. Let's shake up the thing, man. Shake up the thing, put some life in the thing. Go subscribe. Neysha, what would you say to people? So do you have a flower shop? Do you have a physical shop, or you work from home?
I work from home for most of my work. I work from home. I do have a shop,
Mhm.
which I am planning to start with artificial reef.
Mhm.
So soon, artificial reef will be available in Black River, that
Where?
Market
Oh, it's in
Street,
Black River.
13 Market Street, Black River. It's in front of the market.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Which part of the market?
It's in front of the Black River Market over in the open lot.
Oh, so you have to go over drive into the exact area where the market is. like the front of
No,
the
it is
gate?
exactly in front of the market,
Okay.
over on the open lot. You'd say on the mall.
All right. All right. All right. Wonderful. If people want to contact you, how can they contact you? By phone. Go ahead.
Yes, they can contact me by phone or via my business page, which is Exquisite Blooms, and that's on Facebook and Instagram.
Mhm.
And my phone number for business only,
Mhm.
393-8816
I like how you said business only. You
for
know, some people
business
come on
only.
to your things and they're just like, hi. And you're like, hi. And then they're not saying anything more. How are you? Like, seriously? Do you have
Right?
time for that? If you come here to do business, just come on
If
and say
it's
what you
not
come
for
here for.
business,
Say what you
then
came for. Yeah. Come on, guys. Let's build up that YouTube channel. You might even have her on there doing some of these classes, so you could learn some creative stuff. And Ashanti can come on and do some classes too. We need to build up that YouTube channel. Um. Oh, congratulations, Ashanti. You'll be the next one up here for interview. So just hit me up. She put her number here too, in case you miss the number, guys. Oh, it's not her number. It's 393-8816. That's your number, Neysha.
correct.
Yeah. That's 393-8816. All right.
Thanks,
What
guys.
What would you like to say to the? I'm exhausted from talking so much so long. Um, what would you like to say to young people? I love the
I would like to
conversation, but I
say
get
to the young
exhausted.
people, you don't
Mhm.
have to sit down and look around. There are so many things and resources that you can actually start from.
Mhm.
I am into floral and I just don't stop there. I try to extend and expand both my mind and my business. So
Mhm.
currently I start doing customized cushion. I do a lot of customized gift items, crafts. I do resin arts, key rings, plaques, mugs, jewelry. There are so many things out there that we could just put our hands on and start something.
Mhm.
So you don't just have to sit around for that big fancy job. You can get yourself think about something that you would want to do, as someone have commented. Think
Mhm.
about what you have a passion for, what you love to do, and go for it. Start it. It may
Right.
not be the best at first, but you can make it happen. When I just begin doing these floral work, they weren't the very best reads that the market has to offer. And
Mhm.
I had people who believe in me, and they were like, okay, this one was kind of rough looking on the back. Could you wrap it another time? Could you do this? Could you put that a little bit? I have people who believed in me and they push me and they encourage me and they challenge me to do it. So if they
Mhm.
ordered the first time and it wasn't perfect, they would say, okay, I'm gonna give you another order. Please, this time make sure that is that, that is that. And today, a lot of persons can attest. I'm one of the best florists around. I
Mm.
make every different designs from truck, buses, cars, anything you want on a read, customized, I can give you.
I'm so proud of you, girl. You're
Thank you.
burning. You're burning up. I am so proud of you. You did everything I wasn't even able to do. Like, seriously, you took it to another level. I'm so impressed. I'm so proud of you. I really hope we can
Thank
collaborate
you.
on doing some stuff down there. Um, I totally love what you're
And I
into and
have
what you're doing.
recently incorporated photo shoot into my business because sometimes persons wanted to do a full floral package arrangement with me. And they will ask me, can you get me a camera guy? Can you get me a videographer? And
And you
so
do that too, right?
actually do photo shoots. I do photo, I do what is it called? I do the garments for baby photo shoots. So I do costume for mother and me. I do costume for pregnant moms who want to do photo shoots as well.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Oh,
So
nice. Nice.
there's a bunch of stuff from wedding to birthday parties, helium balloons, just about whatever you want for an event.
Right. Ashanti said you're the first person she saw decorate inside of a grave.
Oh, that's
That's
another
interesting.
thing right there. I have been to almost the 14 parish to decorate a grave.
Uh-huh. Yeah. You know what I want to see is the people of Newmarket who are in business. And I have been dealing with Utah um and Brandon from the other funeral home and so on. I know you. I want to see you guys push out beyond St. Elizabeth, beyond Westmoreland, and be taking jobs from Montego Bay and Mandeville and all over because we have the best of the best.
Right?
Believe it, we do. I was watching a funeral today on online that was taking place in Montego Bay, and I'm like, it looks so strange to me because when I see what how my guys from Newmarket roll out for funeral, I was looking at that one and I can imagine how much they charge for it. But there was nothing to it, you know?
Okay.
So you guys can capture the market. Don't
Yes,
keep it
we
don't
can.
keep it
And
don't keep it just locked up in Newmarket, St. Elizabeth and Westmoreland. Push further out. Because just like how we usually run to everything Montego Bay or Mandeville or Kingston to do everything, let them run to us to do stuff too.
yes, and that's true. The last week, Wednesday, I was in the grill decorating a grave for Arthur's funeral home. Thank you, Arthur's funeral home, if you're watching. I also decorate in Trelawney. I have done quite a lot of graves in Manchester. I am on the media. My
I
business is on the media. So people will come on the media
Yes, we need to push
to
outward. Push
see stuff.
outward. I
And
hired funeral home from Trelawney to do something for me when my brother died last year. So we don't have to stay contained in just in our area. We can push out, push
right,
out,
right,
expand the business, push out. You know.
right.
Um, Let me see here. Donna says I'm coming to Jamaica soon. Would love to meet you. Um,
Okay, Dana. I'm looking
oh,
forward to that.
when Ashanti said when some people are asleep, Neysha down in a grave I decorate later night. This girl no fear. She knows no fear.
One
She
night
up
I was in the grave at 12 midnight and
oh
it was my birthday. And I said, oh, my birthday's gonna catch me in a grave. I have to use the
a
light
grave
from my van
a grave at night. Oh,
at a
people just
cemetery.
scared of those things. Never mind that the dead is not in there. They're just scared of those things. Appear late night, my cousin decorate grave. Says Fitzroy. Congrats, says Don Scarlett. Ashanti for people who wondering who Ashanti is. I am Lashana or Lana. Yes, I'm me. Same one from Painstone. Ah, okay. So you're a Painstone girl too. Hit me up,
Yes,
Lashana. Let me bring you on here shortly. Um, Fitzroy says she's beautiful, elegant in her job. Donna Smith says, me, not me. You see, she's scared of grave, even if the dead is not in there. Monique Lawrence, maybe she could teach her a thing or two. My sister is the best. She works all over. So proud of you, Miss Stone, says Sammy.
Oh,
All right.
my
So
sister
let's
will go
save some
anywhere with me apart from the grave.
let's save some of this conversation for another time. I'm an old woman now. Y'all exhaust me. Um, I'm pretty sure I'll fall asleep tonight. Um, yeah. So I had something on the screen here. My business number is 295-7879. If anyone interested in learning any of the skills I mentioned above or looking for a job at my hair salon, hit me up. Where's your hair salon, Ashanti? Tell us where the hair salon is. So, really, guys, I love the conversation. It's not just an interview. It's it's rapping with the community. It's reasoning. You know, I don't like to look at them as an interview. I look at them as sharing with the community. You know, you share what
Right,
you have and get other people motivated. That's the idea. This is not a show, a program for people. It's not a show to begin with. I don't like to call it a show because it's not a show. This is not where you come to show, you know? This is a
right,
program that you're supposed to come into to get real. Get real
right.
about what you're doing, get real about life, telling your story, hoping that it will inspire other
Someone
people. And we're not just inspiring young people, we're inspiring everybody, right? There is a common saying that where the ladies learn skills and are viable, the entire community will be better. If we uplift
else.
just the ladies, it means that the entire community is going to be better and more viable because it's the ladies who will ultimately drag everybody else up with them. Do you agree with that?
That's true.
Yeah.
That is true.
So if we dig into our community and train our ladies, not just the young, but the young, the old, the middle age, we can build that town into anything we want it to be.
That is true. The person who currently works with me, she don't wish her name to be disclosed. So she I trained her for probably 2 weeks. The first week she did fantastic, and the second week she could make the reads like myself. I was always scared to have persons making reads because I don't want any reads to go out there less than the quality that
Mhm. Mhm.
I actually produce.
Mhm.
I am scared. I don't trust persons to
No,
make an entire
no,
read,
you
especially
train them, and then trust them.
when I am not behind, when I'm not there.
Yeah.
But this worker that works with me now, in 2 weeks, she was as perfect as me, and I can now trust her. I can be on the road and I can call and say, okay, can you please do this and this and deliver for me? And I don't have to worry that that customer won't be pleased because I know she's capable of doing it just the way I taught her, and she has developed skill on her own.
Then
She
wonderful.
watched me keenly and she have seen the stuff I done, and she is as perfect as me, and it makes me feel happy because now I have somebody who I can
Can
trust,
rely on. Yeah, you can
because
go
I
somewhere
don't
now.
want my work to go out there.
Yeah, you can go somewhere, turn your back, and know that the business will be taken care of. That's awesome.
Right,
I have not
right.
reached that stage in any way or form with my with my teas
And I
for
am
my
so proud
or
of her. I am proud of her. And I am proud of the vast space in which she catch on to this. I
I can
mean,
I know. I would love to reach that stage with my teas that I could turn my back and trust
and leave
someone
someone
to make them, package them, and ship them the way
Right.
I would, because that's a personal thing with me, right?
And the next thing I also like about her, she's not a person who is about the cell phones.
Mhm.
When she come to work, she's gonna work, and if we have a certain amount of work to get done, she's gonna push it to get done to the point where she's saying, "Okay, Neysha, you have to get off the phone." I said, "I would love to get off the phone, but I have to be on the phone writing down the orders. I can't be off the phone. I can't be off the phone." But trust me, I am happy to have such a person working with me now who I can rely and depend on
That
totally.
is so awesome. I'm checking the YouTube channel. We're up to 17 persons, guys. Come on, we can do better. We can do better. We can do better. 17 subscribers. Let me hear it from you guys. Can somebody paste the link for the YouTube channel inside of this chat so that people can know where to go and subscribe? Um, let me see if I can paste it. Where is my pages? Let me see if I can paste it here. Make it easier for them to subscribe. Guys, oh, we have over 200 comments. Oh my God, this is amazing. Um, I'm putting the channel link here. Please go on and subscribe um, to our YouTube channel so that we can get the business done and move on with it. All right, we need 100 people. And I would love to see that by the end of this week so that we can get our business taken care of. We shouldn't be begging so much for 100 people, right? So, yeah. Neysha, it looks like you knocked the thing out of the park. We have 204 comments. So, it's a very, very active session. This is like a training session for a lot of people, a motivational thing and a training thing. And I absolutely love that.
Me
Absolutely love
too.
that. And you know, this platform is open to you anytime to do what you do, to talk about your business, to inspire young people. So
Okay.
that's why even one of the reasons why I want to build up that YouTube channel. So if you want to do a little motivational talk, you can go on there and do it, and it's there that people can
Right.
go inside there and watch it, because I know on Facebook, after a while you can find the videos, right? And
Okay.
it's easier access when it's on YouTube.
Yes, and YouTube and a lot of persons, some persons don't really do Facebook, but they will do YouTube.
Right, right. I shared something today with my nice creative food that I cooked on YouTube, on this Facebook channel here, and only one person like it and share it. Only one person. I don't know if you guys understand that I'm doing a business and I need support. So when I post things on Facebook, especially in the new market central
True.
group that I work night and day for, that I'm
Yeah,
looking for your support. And your support is not usually to purchase anything, but to share it with other people so that other people who have a need for my service
can
can
see.
can see it and support me. I don't get it. I really don't get it. You don't have to like something personally, like, oh, you like this and you'd like to eat it. If you see somebody trying to grow their business,
You can share.
share it and like it. You don't know whose hand it will get into. You don't have to be the one purchasing, but somebody else might see it and need that service, and and contact the person. That is how you build each other up.
That's true.
That's how
That
you
is
build it. I I posted that since. this afternoon. I liked it after I shared it, and only one other person liked it since. One. Evadne stuff. Evadne, who sits here talking her throat out to promote new
And
market and new market people.
I
Yet
must say I'm
the
proud of
same
you
people cannot support me. I
for
don't get it.
making this platform so young people in a whole can come on here, share their story, and they can also learn from other people's
Exactly.
story and try to make something of themselves. So
I
I'm
try
really,
to help
really
everybody in that community who I can help or who I can reach. I use what I have, which is a big mouth, to try to help everybody. Okay?
glad.
What what is the problem in trying
Some
to help my business by just sharing my
somebody
stuff?
called me since this afternoon. Someone called. And the person said, okay, I want you to come and do a job for us. We saw you on the new market page and we didn't know that's what you do.
Exactly. So you see, even from where you don't expect it, these things go
And it's right
far and
beside
wide.
me. It's right beside me. And she didn't know that's what I
She did
do
not
until
know
she
that's
saw
what you
me
did, even though
on
she
the
knows
page.
you. Even though she knows you, she didn't
Right?
know that that's what you do. And that is, my friend, the power of advertising, the power
Right?
of networking. And I'm trying to get that concept woven into our brain that by helping somebody else, you also help yourself.
That's
You
true.
also help your neighbor. You also help your community. Don't be selfish. Don't be selfish. I I I I don't know. You can't force people to do stuff, but we got to
That's
start thinking about how we are changing each other's life. Because you build a life up, you build a household up. By
right.
building that household up, that person is now able to help their relatives, their friends, and their community.
That's
So
true.
why on earth would you withhold helping each other? Why?
That's true.
I'm
We
not going
need
to
to get
use
rid
the
of the
word, I'm not going to use
selfishness.
the word bad mind because
Selfishness.
it's not a term I want to spread and lift up. You give certain things power. I don't want to give that word bad mind power because I grew up hearing it all my life when I was
Right.
in Newmarket. So I'm not giving stuff like those energy.
Right.
I'm not giving those words energy. I'm giving words like support, collaborate, helping each other. Those are
Right.
the words I'm putting out there in the atmosphere so that we can all catch it and
And we
help
can
each
be
other and
positive.
become better people at
Right.
helping each other. You know, you sharing somebody's thing is not going to make you on my Facebook. Most of the people on there are foreigners, are not people that don't have anything to do with Newmarket. A lot of the thousands of people on my Facebook don't have a thing to do with Newmarket. But I still share it on there. Will they watch it? I don't know. And I don't even care. But I share it there, and guess what? They see it, they might see it, and they might just browse over it. They might watch a little piece, but I still share it.
Yes. And someday you never know, it may become
You
useful.
never know. You never
Sometimes
know.
persons
Somebody might see
overseas
it.
who are your friend, they have somebody who died in Jamaica and they want a
Exactly.
florist and they said, okay, I saw Evadne interview a florist. We're
Exactly.
gonna try to hook
Exactly.
up with her and get things done and sometimes they
Exactly.
can't make it here even. They just want me to drop a floral arrangement at the funeral or something.
Exactly. Maybe
And
they
it's
just want something built and delivered somewhere and they
right
get in
because
touch
they
with you.
have cases
And like
here.
I said, I would love to see you guys pushing beyond our boundaries and expanding your business. It's two
Right.
hours to drive to Kingston or an hour and a half to drive somewhere. That's no driving. That's no big deal. You can do it if it's business.
Yes, I can do it. I
Because
drive 80 miles to and from to Negril. When I
of
came
course,
home, it was like nothing for the day. I came home feeling happy because I accomplished something. Family members were pleased,
yes,
and it
and
get done.
the quality of work I see you guys producing, those people out there, they're not getting that quality of work. So you can
No,
compete. You are
and
doing
that's
well enough to
why
compete.
sometimes persons will know a person in Clarendon who do grave decorating, and they don't want that person. They want me. And they are telling me sometimes, even for the funeral home I work for, they don't want a second to come there, and they don't want nobody who work for me. They want me.
Right, right, right.
So, it is
All
like
right,
that. So,
all right, all
people
right,
don't
mama.
necessarily take things beside them. They go out sometimes.
All right, mama. We're gonna hold up each other's hand. So yeah, when you know, you could share something like I share your business thing on Facebook. People don't respond. People don't like it. People don't share it. Put on there that somebody died in 5 or 10 minutes. You could have 100 people responding to that. What's wrong with
Listen
us?
to
It's nice to
me.
support people when somebody die and say condolences and all of that because it shows the love and appreciation of the community. But why you can't have the same spirit around supporting each other's business? Why?
That's true.
Why?
That is so true. When
Let's
I
get
actually started this whole read thing, I got a lot of bash, as in bash. People literally bashed me. Where I was living at the time, I actually had a garage, and the house is nearby the roadside.
mhm.
So I would hang a lot of wreaths on the grill so that persons who are passing could see that
You do
their
that. Mhm.
floral arrangement is done here. They call my home the small fall, which
The
is the
who?
small funeral home.
They
Like
call it the what?
they're referring to my home as the small funeral home.
Oh Lord. People
And
are so naive.
these people, they jeered and they mock and they tease. If I should take taxi before I owned a vehicle, I was taking taxi with my wreath. I would stand up all day looking. They would never take me up sometimes. I had to wait hours before I could get where I'm going with my wreath. They would
Oh
never.
my
People
God.
don't want to touch wreath. They don't want to touch me. They don't want me beside them and everything. But when they see where I'm coming from and what I have become, when they see me driving a SUV and they're like, "Is that her?" Everybody wants to say, "Can you teach me? Can I learn?" The same people who were there shunning me and scared of sitting beside me and all of that stuff because I say, "Okay, she's at Browns mingling with the dead. She's doing reads. We don't want to have nothing to do with her." And they're the same people who are asking now to teach them to make floral arrangements.
Crazy, crazy, crazy.
Crazy
And
world.
it just goes back to what I just said. We don't we don't learn to appreciate each other and to
Mhm.
support each other. They're gonna scorn you and treat you like you're an outcast because
Right.
you choose to make wreaths. What is wreath? Some flowers and a piece of foam.
I
How
was
how
looked down on. I
how
was looked down on.
how ridiculous is that to look down on the young woman who is
Mhm.
making her own bread and not begging anybody anything? How ridiculous is that?
I
And
was
why
looked down
and why
on.
does it take a community so long to recognize that you're doing a good thing that will give you money? We need to break up. At church they usually say break up your folly ground. We need
Yes.
to break up our folly ground and stop this nonsense. This nonsense that keeps us back as
That's
a
true.
community. We need to
That's true.
break up our folly ground and start act like smart people, the smart,
And we need to
intelligent people that
support
we
and
are,
lift each other up.
and
When
lift each other
we
up.
need to support and lift each other up, because when people see that I start to become somebody from what I'm actually doing, my lifestyle is changing. I am becoming a lovely young lady, a business like young woman. That same word that you don't want to use, the bad mind term, that's when everything starts coming in. But with me, I am always a person. I try to be me. I love everybody, even my enemies. Because guess what? I do business and they are the same one who are coming to give me business.
They can't stop you now.
They
Can't stop you
can't
now.
stop me. And I
Um,
am so proud of myself where I'm coming from. I have seen time pass along where Royalton Hotel called me to come and decorate for them, which I trust me.
so now
Hats off to
you're
Royalton
stepping into the big leagues, girl. You're stepping
in
into the
the
big
big
league,
league.
which is
I
those
am
people
so
will
proud of me.
pay you big money to do stuff.
Yes, I went to
David
Royalton
says,
and did a great decoration there.
very good, very good. David says, as people of African descent, we need to create businesses instead of seeking jobs, or we are doomed to be an underclass. So true. We have skills, so we must utilize those skills and turn them in businesses. And it's funny, David, that some of those skills that we have, we take it
That's
and give
true.
it to somebody else to work for them and collect very little for our skills because we are too lazy to try for ourselves, lack imagination to how to navigate, how to put yourself in the right place for the right opportunity, you know?
Right,
So more of this conversation is needed so we can motivate each other, you know? Pull it
right,
out. And when people start to see how people manage to move from level level A to level B to
right.
C, then they can see that I can do it too.
And I hope after young persons and here listening to me tonight, after tonight, they will see. I just didn't get up and have a gold spoon in my mouth. I have to actually struggle and go through hardship for what I have now and what I have become and what I am achieving. And I don't just stop there. I keep going higher. I keep adding stuff. I keep motivating myself to reach higher because I know what poverty is. I
Mhm.
know what it's been like to be poor. I was grown up in Painstown, as many would know. That's a very poor community.
Mm.
But I don't let that hold me back. I am trying to strive to be somebody. I'm trying to move away from that,
Mhm.
right? So
What
there's a lot
motivates
of
you?
stuff out there.
What keeps you motivated? I know you have a passion for the art, for your creative side, but what drives you? What motivates you?
What really drives me now is being a mother of
Mhm.
two boys.
Mhm.
And I don't want those boys to actually have the type of life that I had back then. I want life for them to be so different that I don't want them to face that hardship and struggle that I went through. And even in that sense, what I do, I teach my son the skill. My son can ribbon a wreath better than I do right now.
Mhm.
Because
Mhm.
I say, look, if mommy is not around tomorrow, you need to take up this. You don't have to necessarily go out there to learn anything else. You're right here from a child from birth seeing me do this. So you can learn this, right?
Mm.
And he is great at making wreaths as well, but sometimes, as kids, they don't really want to stick in
Yeah.
100%.
Just make sure he learns.
Right.
Yeah. But
Because you have men who are great florists.
mhm.
You have men who are great florists.
Wow. We've been on this chat over 2 hours. I think we need to take our exit. This is a rather long one. Um, Ashanti says, "Is my dear cousin Neysha who helps me start off in order for me to be where I am today. So make them continue bad mind. They only see the perfect picture, but they don't know what it takes to construct that picture. Naisha, me love you because them
I love
can't
you
stop
too,
you.
God. I love you. Ashanti is a great hairdresser, and she was at home, sitting there watching her doing her thing. And I have a shop, and I don't use the shop because my plan for the shop was to actually make it my floral shop where I would have wedding bouquets, baskets, stuff like that. So I built this shop and I put in the showcase and everything, but based upon the vast amount of work and stuff coming in from the funeral home and persons in and around community and persons online, I just see where I didn't have any time for the shop. And
Ah,
I said, okay, Ashanti, you need to get out of the house. You need to come to Black River and you need to utilize this space and make something of yourself. I am not bad mind. Look at me. I have a shop. And I said, you need to come. I'm not going to charge you rent or anything. Utilize this space. It is there, it's locked up and all of that stuff. And right now, Ashanti is moving in her own shop, like a
yeah,
very
girl.
nice big
Go, Shanti.
like, and I'm gonna stop that shop now finally and put a worker there for it. I'm gonna stock it with artificial flowers.
You two people are killing me. She's twice
So
dead. She's twice
I
dead.
know where she's coming from when she said
Yeah.
that.
You have to hold each other hand and lift them up. Pull. What
Yes,
I
yes.
say? Um,
Each one
pull,
help
pull,
one.
pull while you rise. While you are going up, you pull somebody up with you. And that's what you did
Okay.
with her. Jesus have to come first and dash way bad mind in a hell for it to stop. Remember, we're not talking about bad mind on this program. We're not using those words. we're only putting positive things out there in the atmosphere. Love,
Right.
camaraderie,
Upliftment.
collaboration, upliftment, helping each other up. That's what we're pushing. We, this program will never become a passa passa program to cause people to talk about bad mind because guess what? It's not that I don't know, but I'm not focused on it. You
We
know,
do positive things.
I'm not focused on it, so it will not become a part of my thoughts and my everyday language when I'm talking. I am here to motivate. I'm here to lead. I'm here to guide. I'm here to lift up people. I'm here to assist. So I'm not gonna be here in the dirty laundry about the bad mind part. So we're going to erase that little word. We got to ignore it. We're going to beat it down. Cause we all know it's there, but we gonna beat it down. Cause
We can't focus on the problems.
mm-mm.
We have to focus on the
Yes,
solutions.
yes,
That's what I do. I don't focus on the problems. They only hold you back.
right. What a wonderful night this has been. What a wonderful night. I have to thank Mr. Yuta Nemard for introducing me to you. This
Okay.
this was really a special night. I know a lot of people are logged out because they have a job to go to or something, but we're still holding at 37, which is good. And I really want to commend you guys for sticking it out. I see that you're enjoying the conversation. That's why so many of you are still on here, and some of them are here to support um, Miss Stone. You know, so that's a beautiful thing. I love it. I hope we can have more of this dialogue. Ashanti, I want to hit you up next for you to come on here, girl, and talk about your story so we can keep supporting our young people, and not just young people, but people from the area. We're all about empowering. We gonna build new market into a little town that is to be reckoned with. You don't
Nice.
have to leave there to go anywhere else. You should be able to live in New Market and make a good living and have a good life. You hear me? You can stay right there and have a good life. The only thing that's bad down there is they don't have water in the pipes yet, and they
That's
don't
true.
have good cell phone service. That's
Definitely.
annoying. That's annoying. But
Definitely.
if we keep hollering and bawling over it, we will get it. If we don't get that water yet, we'll get it election time. Just be strategic, guys. We'll get it. Every 4 years there's an election. So we will get it. We can wait. We've
Definitely.
waited a long time, so we can wait. Election is coming, right? So we need to
Just don't vote.
start putting in your demand for what you want.
Yes.
Whoever give you water in those pipes, you vote for them.
Right.
Um,
That's true.
so yeah. Yes, we came on late. Very interested. Proud of you, girls. Good night. Just
Thank
that's
you.
Colleen. All right, so we're gonna close it out tonight. I'm gonna try to get Ashanti on, and I'm sure this same mode of discussion might continue when we have her on because she's out of Neysha camp. So so we want to keep this going. Evadne, you're a lovely person. We need more of you. Thank you. I could split myself up.
That's love.
There are lots of other nice people out there, but they just don't want to come forward. They just don't want to speak. They don't utilize their voice. And that's why I'm encouraging, especially the young women, use your voice for God's sake. Speak up.
It's
Speak
true.
up. This thing about you're only a background person or working in the background, that's nonsense. Speak up. Use your voice. Use your voice. Claudine Collins just joined. So true. We keep trying. Yeah, we keep trying, Miss Claudine. We gonna push this through. We gonna
Yeah.
make New Market a model community. I started out with that mission, and I still have it burning deep in my gut.
And I am
And
extremely proud of you and what you're doing at this program.
thank you so
I
much.
am proud of
And
you.
I'm sure we can make it happen, right? We can
Yes,
make it happen.
it
The next
can.
thing I want to see you girls doing is buying up the real estate in New Market. Because guess what? They're gonna get more expensive. You see that
I
Mr. Cummins
know.
building? You see that Mr. Cummins building? 5 or 6 or 10 of you need to get together and buy it. No matter how many million they're asking
And
for
make
it.
a huge
Buy it.
gallery. Make a
Buy it.
huge gallery.
Buy it. Don't let strangers come in and buy it. Put together a group of people and buy that building. That's like the central part of that town. No foreigner should earn it,
It's a
should own it.
building I admire too.
That's the biggest building on the town level. No foreigner should own that building. It should go back to the community.
That's true. Definitely.
Form a group and buy it. Yes,
Definitely.
we will talk more.
Okay, Mr. Biden.
All right. See you guys. Have a blessed night. May the peace of God be with you all. I thoroughly enjoyed myself. I hope I'm not hoarse tomorrow. I taught myself out, but I enjoyed it. Neysha, you're a blessing. I'm sure there
Thank
are other
you.
things we could talk about your life and so on, but we'll leave it for another time. You know?
Yes, we'll give them a part two, maybe.
Yes. Tonight was the night to preach to young people to be creative, and I thoroughly enjoyed it and appreciate you for your openness and your willingness to speak to the community and to
Thank
motivate
you.
everyone. All right, Mr. Shanti, you
And I
next.
hope somebody learned something tonight that you
A
can
lot of
start
people
from
learn.
nothing to become something.
A lot of
When
people
you
learn,
look at
believe
me,
me.
you never see me as a girl going into that garbage heap or that dumpster or whatever to get those styrofoams. So we gotta just love. think about what we love, do what we love, and start from there. And
Right.
you
Right. Nobody else has to go into no old fridge
no,
or no old whatever to
it's
make
easier.
a read because they have somebody
All
that they
the
can ask.
resources, all the
Somebody.
resources, and they have somebody who they can ask because I'm not selfish like others. When I used to ask, they give me a run around and they make it sound hard and
Right.
everything. So I go on the internet and I do all my resources. And right now I ship in all my stuff from overseas, one, two, three, and I get my styrofoam here at my doorstep. Tara will bring it if I just don't feel like going to get it in Santa Cruz or wherever. We have all the resources to
Yeah.
go there and do whatever we must.
God bless you, girl.
God
You
bless
have
you.
you come from afar down yonder, but God has brought you through.
Yes.
And you are a shining example of what motivation and willpower can do. I
Yes.
appreciate you. I love you. Love you
That's
guys who
definitely
were on
true.
here with us having this little party. Stay blessed, guys. Good night.
I love you too. And there are a few people I want to give shout out before I leave.
Yeah.
I want to say thanks to Seymour from San Flora. He's not there currently, but thanks to him, he has always been my main man ensuring that I get my flowers, no
Mm.
matter how hard it is. Now I will say thanks to Miss Alice and Miss Marcia at San Flora. I will say thanks to Mr. Donald Collins, the president and founder of the JFDF, and all the staff and members of the Jamaica Funeral Director Forum, all the funeral homes that I've worked with, and I want to say thank you to Mr. Newton Nemard and also Mr. Dale Honeygan.
Mhm.
And thanks to all of my viewers for staying up with us, watching this broadcast.
Yeah. All right. That's very closing off, guys. Take good care of yourselves. Stay safe. Go out and do what you need to do to make sure you don't catch COVID. I don't have to tell you what to do, but come on, guys. Take care of yourself. Fix your business. All right. Have a wonderful night. God bless you. Bye.
God bless. Bye bye.